Excellent. This has obviously been a topic over the last number of years, and I know that there's some value in testing, obviously the standardized testing, the PATs, in terms of knowing where Alberta is at, especially also in comparing to other jurisdictions. I, as a parent, do want to know how my child is doing and that they're learning what they're supposed to be. I do recognize, though, that it is only one moment in time, and it is only one way to ensure that kids are learning what they're supposed to be learning. It is an important piece. I do support the PATs in grade 6 and 9. I know there's been a lot of discussions, as Travis just said, around departmentals at grade 12 and what percent that looks like. Well, that was rolled back to 30%. And, I've had some parents and some students suggest that it is important. It's important to learn how to take a test, especially if kids are going into post-secondary. Some have raised 10%. I mean, that's something that I would want to do a little bit more discussion and consultation on in terms of what that looks like. But then aside from standardized testing, and I know Danielle had brought up in the last question about student assessment. And I think assessment is really important, especially in literacy and numeracy, more so about how to target interventions and additional support for kids who need additional help. That was really part of the 45 million that was rolled out last spring or last year to help address some of the learning loss that was seen during COVID. That assessment is needed to see where kids are at in terms of their reading level and their math level, and how teachers and a team of supports can then help them get caught back up. So, that's really important. I think we sometimes talk about testing as though it's a negative thing. And I think those assessments are really helpful, and they're helpful for teachers in the classroom. I do know that, again, as Danielle brought up, EAs in every classroom is not something that I necessarily hear about. It depends on the complexity and the makeup of the classroom, the size of the classroom, what the needs of the young people, the students are in the classroom, but it certainly can help, especially when those assessments are being done in literacy to pull a group of kids out and see where they're at. Now, that said, I do also think that that's important beyond grades 1 to 3, especially with what we've seen in the last couple of years and knowing that kids need to get caught up. And I do think that that's an important part of that as well.